Hello, everybody, and welcome to Money Matters. If you enjoy making money and like learning about crypto and other investment topics, please subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy the content, then hit that like button as well. Let's get into it. As always, this channel is focused on your financial freedom. And as a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, nor do I give financial or investment advice. If you need such advice, please seek out the help of an accredited financial advisor. Let's look at the markets. This chart was from a little bit earlier today, so things have slid off. However, the two highlights are Bitcoin and Ethereum. A couple of notes. Bitcoin is still ranging at the top of the 50s. I still expect that we should pull out into the 60s at some point in time this week. Ethereum, for some reason, is just, does not want to go over 4,000. It gets close, but it just doesn't go over. But I think that that's going to change too. And once it does, it's going to move very, very quickly up to 5 or 52 is kind of what I'm looking at. My guess is either by the end of this week or mid next week, we should see those prices. On the other side, with altcoins, everything is kind of stagnant. Nothing's really moving too swiftly, but I think that they're in a holding pattern waiting for some sort of a move from Bitcoin. Again, if there's a retracement, if we get a drop back in price in Bitcoin, we should see a retracement in just about everything except Ethereum. And then once it starts to reestablish its price and go up from there, that's when alt season will go into its final leg. So more to come on that. We'll see how it turns out. In the news, Dogecoin falls off after its all-time high. Of course, this is after the Elon Musk skit on Saturday Night Live. It was kind of short. In fact, his mom was a part of it, and I thought it was kind of funny. But you know what they say. What they say is that how's it go? Buy the news and sell the rumor, or sell the rumor. I can't remember how that goes, but regardless, you want buy the news and sell the rumor. Anyway. You wanted to be in and out before you got to this particular point. And I'll tell you this from experience. I've learned over time that this is truly the case. For example, the last kind of incident that I was looking at was XRP with this whole Wall Street bets thing. Everybody was jumping into XRP and it was going to pump up on, I can't remember what the date was, but we're watching it because I'm a long-term holder for XRP. It wasn't going to sell anything, but if we're meandering about, like 50, 60, something like that cents. And then of course, Wall Street bets, oh, this April 20th, whatever, we're going to pump this thing up. And sure enough, it went up to, I think it was 80 cents or 79 or 80 cents. And, but the problem is that there was a specific date that everybody said to buy it. Well, the price was jumping up before that date, and then on that date it plummeted. Same thing with Dogecoin. It was going up all week long in anticipation of this whole Saturday Night Live thing, and when it actually came off, the price just went down. So keep that in the back of your mind in future events when people are calling for some sort of an incident to happen that's going to affect the price of something. You want to be in and out before that time comes every single time. Don't want to be around that at all. Anyway, the interesting part of this was the market cap for Dogecoin actually just about dethroned, I think it was Binance, late last week. So the amount of money that has gone into this coin and the amount of attention is staggering. And you can't say it doesn't have utility because you can use it as a currency. However, and I'm not saying that maybe in the future it won't gain additional traction and be used more regularly by a lot of different people, but I'm thinking that the time for Doge is going to be trailing off as the year goes on. I could be wrong. It could establish itself, but regardless, it's going to drop off the top 10 list eventually because there's just other things that are going to be put in front of it, other projects, and there's going to be other market caps that are going to surpass that. But again, we'll see. Who knows? Nobody knows. In addition to news, I Trust Capital, and this is a very interesting article I read. The world's largest cryptocurrency IRA retirement account platform released its first quarter results, and they were amazing. So the first quarter of 2021, they surpassed $1 billion on the platform. Now, does that ring any bells? Because when we were talking about the first ETFs that launched in Canada, they surpassed $1 billion. I think it was less than 3 days. So it's interesting to hear what's happening. And if you tie all these on-ramps together, these new banks going after folks to allow them to use their regular bank accounts to buy, sell, and hold crypto assets, we're looking at a new era here. We're looking at some big dollars coming in. Now, the interesting kicker on this one is timing. So is it all going to happen within this bull cycle, or is it going to come to fruition after things start trailing off? That would be interesting to see, because obviously if we're not in a bull market, the demand is going to be much lower than it would be like it is right now. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen at that point in time. Now, I don't believe that we're going to have a bear market ever again like we traditionally had. In other words, where Bitcoin just drops to the floor and meanders about for 3 years. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. I don't think that we're going to ever see Bitcoin below $40,000, certainly not below 30,000. And I don't think that Ethereum is going to be dropping off either. I think that both of those coins are going to just continue to rise throughout time. They may slow down a little bit after the bull run, but I don't see them crashing. Altcoins, I see them crashing just like they normally do. And then when we get back into the halving and we start the cycle all over again, I believe that the same thing will happen for altcoins. So if you missed the bus of this time around, you have something to look forward to. And if you hang with us, the channel here, we're going to help you to know when to do what and why, so that you can benefit from the next bull cycle. Okay, today's hot topic. What's the difference between a token and a coin? It seems like a very simple question, but you would be absolutely astonished as to how many people have different and sometimes the wrong answer. So I wanted to take a little bit of time today to establish what they both are and the differences and what they're used for, so that when you do your research on buying a project or a coin or backing something, you'll have a better understanding of what you're getting into, what you're looking at. So let's take a look at this. What is a coin? A coin in the world of blockchain is primarily used as money. Examples include Bitcoin, of course we know Bitcoin, Litecoin, we know Litecoin, and Dogecoin. While they all have major differences, they still share a commonality in the sense that they're all a store of value. So that's a coin. The interesting point here is that it's a coin, it's a store of value. You can use it to buy things, but it's not a currency, it is a property. I'm still struggling with the definition that the United States government has come out with for Bitcoin in particular, and wondering if new focus that's coming into this space is going to change some of these classifications. I'm not really sure. Although I did hear Charles Hoskin say something very interesting in the fact that the reason that the reason that the government is classifying Bitcoin as property is so that it doesn't compete with the US dollar. So I thought that was very interesting and very astute observation. So anyway, what are coins used for? There's no added functionality, so there's nothing special about them. Once they're minted, they're used as currency. You can trade them, you can hodl them, you can put them in different wallets, you can pay for things with them. It's just like money. It's exactly like money. So coins, money, that's a pretty easy one. You can remember that one just by association. All right, let's talk about tokens. What's a token? A token is usually built on the Ethereum blockchain, which, because it's most popular right now, most powerful, because it offers more in terms of functionality and feature building. And there's a lot more developers and whatnot. So what are tokens used for? Well, tokens have a lot more uses than just currency. In fact, I don't know any tokens that are used as currency. They can represent a ton of different things. So NTFs, they're in the DeFi space for borrowing, for staking. There's a whole bunch of different types of applications. In fact, there's probably countless. They're not used as rewards for miners. So like if somebody's mining Bitcoin or if somebody's mining Ethereum or whatever, they're not paid paid in tokens, they're paid in coins. So if you mine Bitcoin, you get Bitcoin coins, not tokens. So that's the basic gist of it. So coins are currency, basically, store of value, and anything other than that are tokens, and tokens are used for everything else. So that's a really easy way of keeping it straight in your mind. If it's a coin, you can spend it. If it's a token, you can do things with it. So hopefully that helps. It helped me when I kind of went through this a couple of times because I got confused sometimes. I was like, what was that, a token or a coin? Did I just mean a token or a coin? So, and you can do both if you want. In fact, we're going to have a video on how to do that. In fact, 2 ways. I think, well, we'll get into that later, but it'll be fun. Let's see. But it won't progress here. Okay, let's go back to our recap. Bitcoin and Ethereum are meandering about in the higher levels of their current range. I still believe that Bitcoin will peak above 60 and head up on past 62 sometime within the next 2 weeks without any unforeseen events happening. And I truly believe that we're going to see Ethereum pop through that 4,000. As soon as it clears 4,000, it'll be right on to 5,000, 5,200 in very, very short order. So more on that. We should be prepared for it as well. And keep an eye on alts too, because if they both go up, we're going to see a pretty steady increase in altcoins going up in price as well. Dogecoin broke its all-time high and then lost 40% promptly and fell back down, which is not surprising, but it was entertaining. And hopefully whoever of you out there who have Dogecoin sold it before Saturday Night Live and you actually made a bunch of money on it. So congratulations if you did. I've made fun of it before, but I wish I had gotten in at, a few pennies and held on to it for the ride, because money is money. It doesn't matter how you're making it in crypto, and it doesn't matter what the name of the coin is, what it does, or whatever. If you're going to make money in it, it's a good investment. We also learned about, we have I Trust Capital. And again, keep this one in mind too, because the on-ramps for cryptocurrency for regular people is expanding dramatically. And this is from an a financial institutional basis. So when more money comes in, again, the demand goes up, the supply is continually going down. So even if we're nudging towards a bear market or a top in a cycle, prices are still going to be held up just because of that fact. So more people coming in is going to keep that price up and keep it going up. So keep an eye on that as well. I think that there's a whole host of new ETFs and financial funds that are coming into the market soon. And I'll try to put together a list of them because I started losing track. There were so many that were announced last week. So it'll be interesting to see. And today we learned about tokens and coins and what the difference between the two are and what they're used for. So hopefully that helps to kind of crystallize it in your mind so that when you're doing research for your own projects and your own interests, you'll be able to establish very quickly and very concisely that it is indeed a coin or a token. I would like for you to leave a comment below, please, and let me know if there's any specific coins that you would like to have an in-depth analysis on. My plan is to go through popular coins like Bitcoin, of course, and Ethereum and Cardano and Polkadot and all these different coins. But I would like to know if there's any of certain interest, like VeChain, or it could be an older coin like EOS, or it could be something new like Near. Whatever you'd like to hear about, I would love to do the research and do a presentation on it, because the more you know, the better your investment skills become. So I would be interested in hearing what you have to say and what you'd like to see. Beware of scammers. They're everywhere. Protect your identity. Never click on links and emails, that kind of thing. You don't want to go through that hassle. Trust me. I had it happen to me one time, and thankfully it was nipped in the bud pretty quick. It only lasted about, I want to say 3 months or so, and it wasn't too detrimental, but it sure is a pain in the butt. So be careful. And last but never least, winners never quit, and quitters, they just never win. So always give your very best effort to overcome the challenges that you face in life. I hope you had a great day. I had a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow.